Hey guys, we are doing language page 162, and if you haven't already watched a video, I should have put it up on RenWeb maybe before this post or after this post. It might be underneath. Um, there is a video that is like a song that I think you guys would really enjoy, and it has to do with what we're learning today. So if you haven't watched that yet, go ahead and pause this video, go down and watch it. Okay, if you have already watched it, then let's go ahead and get started. So we are learning about a word. It's a big word. It looks really scary. It's the word conjunction. Conjunction. And a conjunction is just a word, and, but, and or. Those are the three that I have so far that we have learned. And, but, and or, and they just join two things together. They can join two words together. They can join two sentences together. So they are just called joining words. And you might remember from the beginning of the year, like early in the book, we were talking about joining words when we were talking about run-on sentences, how you can put a joining word between your two sentences to fix a run-on sentence. So this isn't kind of a new concept, but it's a concept that we already are familiar with. So this should not be too difficult. Now, I do want to just be upfront and frank with you guys. Conjunctions, right now, we're starting off with conjunctions, only three words, and, but, and or, because those are the three most common. They're the most used, and they're really the simplest conjunctions. But later, in language class, not in third grade language class, but later, like maybe older grades, maybe like sixth grade or high school, you'll be learning a lot more about conjunctions. There's actually like this list of conjunctions. There's and, but, and or. There's also nor, for, and yet that are conjunctions, but we don't have to worry about those. There's also like a whole other list that have conjunctions in them. But like I said, third grade right now, we're not going to worry about all that. But we'll start off with and, but, and or. Those are my three words. And like we've had lists before with my helping verb list, am, is, are, was, were, be, being, been, have, has, had. You guys have that list memorized. We've had our pronoun list, I, you, he, she, it, we, they, and then me, you, him, her, it, us, them. My pronoun list, you guys should have that memorized as well. We've gone over those lists countless times. We also have our list of questions that we have for adjectives and adverbs. Which one, what kind, how many, how much, whose, and then how, when, where, how often, to what extent. Those are all lists and questions that we should have memorized. And if you don't have those memorized, you probably should write them down and work on those lists, because if you have those lists memorized now in third grade, later in language class, like fourth, fifth, sixth grade, even into high school, it's going to be so much easier for you, because you're going to have to memorize a lot of other lists, and some of them are very, very long. So if you get these lists down that we're going over all the time that really you should know anyway, later when you're having to memorize other lists, you won't have to work on these lists and the bigger list at the same time. So it would make it a lot easier for you if you have the pronoun list, the helping verb list, these three conjunctions, the articles, a, and the, again, only three words, your adjective list, your adjective questions, your adverb questions. Make sure you have all of those memorized. So let's go ahead and look at conjunctions. Like I said, a conjunction is just a word that joins two words or two sentences together. So as long as you have and, but, and or down, this should be easy. So look at Think A. They want you to just circle the conjunctions in the sentence. So number one says, Alex and Andrea are twins. So I have the word and, but, and or in the sentence somewhere. Go ahead and circle the word and in this sentence, because that's the word that we find. And you notice that it says Alex and Andrea are twins. Who are twins? Alex and Andrea. They're two separate people, but they're both twins. So let's go ahead and look at number two. We memorized Psalm 100 and said it for our parents. So where's my conjunction, and, but, and or. Go ahead and circle the conjunction in this sentence. It should be and. And you notice where it says, we memorized Psalm 100 and said it for our parents. So it's combining the two ideas in the sentence. We memorized Psalm 100. That's the first idea. And then the second idea is we said it for our parents. So there's two separate ideas in the sentence that are connected by the word and. I'm not going to go through the rest of Think A with you. You're just finding and, but, and or in this sentence, or in this section. Think B, you're just writing the word and, or but, or and, but, and or. You're writing any of those three words in the blanks. Now, this is what I don't want you to do. Number 1 is and, number 2 is but, number 3 is and, number 4 is or, number 5 is, so I don't have what the words are, but you should read the sentence and think about which word, and, but, or, which of those three words makes the most sense in that sentence. So for example, number 1, when you look at the night sky, you might see both stars, blank, planets. It wouldn't make sense for me to say, when you look at the night sky, you might see both stars or planets. Because 1, if I look at the night sky, and it says I can see both, it means I'm seeing two things. So I'm not saying one or the other. I'm saying both of them together. So that means I would probably use the word and in that sentence. So it would say you might see both stars and planets. You see how that word just makes the most sense in that sentence. So don't just go through and just fill in and, but, and or, just any random sentence. Read the sentences. Think about which word makes the most sense in that sentence and go ahead and do that. But I want you to do this on your own. I think you should be able to do this since this is a concept that we're already kind of familiar with. And there's only 3 words. And it shouldn't be something that is too difficult for you to do on your own. If you have any questions about conjunctions or you're confused about something with the conjunctions, go ahead, put something down in the comment section, let me know, and I'll see if I can do something to help you out with that a little bit.